It feels like home run celebrations have become more and more popular this season. To me, it adds a lot of flair, a lot of fun, and a unique personality to every team. So why not do what I do best, and that's go ahead and rank the best home run celebrations for the 2023 season. There's about 15 to 20 different home run celebrations for teams, and I'm not talking about like meeting at home plate and being like, high five. That to me is not very good. We're talking some real celebrations that you're seeing in the dugout, the ones that are going viral on the internet. But before we do get going into that, I do want to give a quick shout to today's sponsor, SoRare. We are currently in game week number 12, and as you can see, my teams are not off to a hot start. But in order to get those limited cards through rewards that I've been desperately trying to get all year, I'm gonna need some guys to step up. It looks like right now my team in the minors tournament gives me the best chance. We are off to a hot start with J-Ram, but I need Max Scherzer to pitch really well against the Reds if he even does it. And what's really cool is I was able to make all these teams on SoRare absolutely free just by playing week after week and accumulating my free rewards. Another cool feature with SoRare is you have the ability to swap out some of your cards for free. So you click My Cards, you click Use Your Free Swap, and you select who you want to swap out. Pains me to say this, but I might try and get a better starting pitcher than Max Scherzer. So we got Framber, Sonny Gray, Justin Steele, Mason Miller, and Zach Wheeler. Sonny Gray's been fantastic this year. I think I'm going to swap him out for Sonny Gray. And I know I mentioned limited card rewards a few seconds earlier. Let me tell you about the different rarities of cards and what they allow you to do. You have the gold limited cards that are numbered out of 5,000, meaning only 5,000 of them exist. You have the rare red cards numbered to 1,000 that give you a bigger bonus. Super rare blue cards that are numbered to 100 and give you an even bigger bonus than the previously mentioned ones. And then you've got the Holy Grail, the unique cards, one of one. These cards are the only ones that exist on the planet. By having these rarer cards, you have the ability to play in a variety of different tournaments on SoRare that give you better rewards and prizes. I mean, it's just fantasy baseball with a card collecting aspect. It's so much fun, and you can play it absolutely free by clicking my link in the description. Yes, just go down to the description, click that link, and you can sign up for SoRare absolutely free right now and start building your squad today. All right, so here we go. We've got the tier list elite all the way down to lame. There are some lame home run celebrations, let's be honest, but the Angels, Samurai, Shohei Ohtani, all this, it's not lame. This one might be possibly one of the best in baseball. I think it's going to go in elite. I think it's one of the better ones for sure. The Samurai helmet is awesome, of course, incorporating some Japanese culture because Shohei Ohtani is such an integral part of this Los Angeles Angels team and roster, and it's cool. It's very, very unique. People are getting hyped for it. I'm sure it's doing numbers over in Japan too. I'm sure they love seeing this. And Samurais are cool. I don't know. There's just like no other way to explain it. Samurais are awesome. The Samurai helmet is awesome. Shohei Ohtani is awesome. The Angels, I don't know if I'm going to say they're awesome just yet. It's still fairly early in the season, but I think this is one of the better home run celebrations. It's not necessarily like a big celebration. It's more of just a prop, but I'm all for the prop. I actually don't think the Blue Jays are doing this one anymore, and I don't know why. I really like the Blue Jays home run jacket celebration. I think they put all the flags of the team players on their team too. It's not elite by any means. I think it's probably solid, and maybe that's why they didn't bring it back. They were like, we need something better. This didn't necessarily do any good for us last year. We didn't win anything. It was a little bit of a disappointing season for the Blue Jays, but I would like to see them maybe bring it back. I don't know. The Blue Jays, like, they have such a young, fun team. They hit a ton of home runs. We know that the pop for that roster is very, very real. So I will say I am surprised that they got rid of it, and I think this is technically the only one that is not actually happening anymore, or at least has not happened in the 2023 season. So yeah, I'm going to put the Blue Jays home run jacket in solid. I say for the 2023 season because this Braves big hat has been shut down. You guys know that New Era complained to Major League Baseball that the Braves were not using like a New Era sanctioned hat. I don't know why New Era just can't make one and throw a New Era logo on the side. I will say this though. I don't know if this is like that great. I think this is like awesome for like the one time. I don't know. The big hats are a little bit of a dead meme. I feel like right now it's been beaten into the ground a bit. I mean, I guess it's better than the Braves like leaning into the Braves and doing more culturally insensitive stuff, but I don't really care for the big hat and it got shut down. I'm going to put the big hat in meh. It's not bad. I don't think it was a bad celebration by any means, but I think it was a bit of a dead meme. I think there's just not a whole lot of creativity behind it. Feels a little lazy. Like at least with the Samurai helmet for the Angels and Shohei Ohtani, there's like a connection there, and it's very, very different. You are just putting on a big hat. There's not a lot there, and I don't think that's really true to Atlanta or anything in that area, which kind of leads me into the Milwaukee Brewers home run celebration, which is the Cheesehead. I think the Cheesehead is solid. Again, I don't think it's very good. I think it's solid. Of course, the Green Bay Packers, Milwaukee, they're close enough. Same state. The Packers love wearing the Cheesehead. It's now become a thing when teams beat the Packers to put on the Cheesehead. The Cheesehead, Milwaukee, cheese, dairy, it's all synonymous with the Brewers in that area. So again, I think it is solid. And the cheese head pops. It's definitely funny. I think the little kids probably also love the cheese head as well. It's a step above the big hat. I don't think by any means it's that great, but it's definitely solid. This is going to be the first one in the very good. I wish the picture was a little bit better, but the Mariners trident is absolutely awesome. I think this is very good. I've seen sometimes they wear almost like a Darth Vader-ish blue and yellow helmet, and sometimes they don't. I think if the helmet was involved in every single time, or they got a little bit more, we could be starting to talk elite. But having a trident for the Mariners, it makes sense. Fishing, Mariners, Aquaman, all that kind of stuff. I think it's a really, really good. So for me, very good, very cool, awesome prop to bring into baseball. And just tridents are cool. I don't know. I don't want to sound like I don't have this great vocabulary here by saying the same thing over and over again. But it is just a very good, very cool celebration. The Marlins one to me, I think is lame. I feel like last year, or maybe it was the year before, they used to wear the Dolphins or a Marlins football helmet or a Dolphins football helmet. That one to me was at least a little bit cooler. The chain is a little overdone now, like the home run chain, the touchdown chain, the pick chain, whatever it is. It's been played out in sports now, and I just don't think of the Marlins as one of the teams with the chain. The sunglasses and the hat, I get it, you're in Miami, but there's definitely something that they could have done that would have been cooler. So to me, the Marlins home run celebration is a little bit lame, especially for a team that doesn't really hit that many home runs. It would have been cool to see them lean into it and like almost pop off even more because it's a rare occurrence. Ooh, the Washington Nationals. So like, again, none of these are particularly crazy by any means, but I actually do really like the Washington Nationals like powdered wig. It gives some old school vibes, which of course, Washington, D.C., capital of the United States. It feels like an old place. It feels like where they used to wear the powdered wigs and do a lot of, I don't know, law. What did they even wear those wigs for? It just felt like in the 1800s when the United States was just getting started, this was the popular hairstyle. And it makes sense in the nation's capital. It makes sense in Washington, D.C. I think this is very solid. This one's fun to me. This is goofy. I think there's another way. I think they've even had some American flags get involved in it. I like the Nationals one. I think it's very good. For a team that doesn't really do a lot well, I think their home run celebration is probably one of the things they do best. This right here very well could be the best home run celebration. The Baltimore Orioles, I think they're calling it the Homer Hose. I think of it as the Dong Bong. It's basically taking a beer bong, which for those of you who are underage, you'll find out later. Don't look it up. But for those of you who are of age, you know what's going on. I mean, there's a funnel with a hose attached to it. You're pouring a drink to it. Of course, in baseball, they're doing water, maybe a little Gatorade. I don't know. It might be tough to chug the Gatorade. But after you hit a homer, you come in, you hit the Homer Hose, and you chug some water. I think this one's awesome. This is fun. College vibes. This is something that the Orioles could sell this. They could literally merchandise, and maybe they have, but they could make merch out of the Homer Hose and sell it at games. People in the stands could do the Homer Hose at the Orioles games when they hit home runs. This to me could be the best home run celebration in baseball. Honestly, might be the best one that we've ever seen in baseball. Such a huge fan of the Homer Hose. This is fun for a young, fun team. They also do a little bit of the water sprinkler too, I think, when they get some doubles. The Orioles are vibes. The Orioles are fun. They're a good team, and the Homer Hose is sick. I want to see it happen in the postseason. The San Diego Padres, this one's, you know what? I think this one goes in very good. They basically take Polaroid pictures of each other in the dugout doing something after the home runs. And what I like about this is honestly, like, you're now going to have like this collection of home run Polaroids or just big moment Polaroids for the San Diego Padres whenever something happens. They used to have the big chain that spun. That was cool. But you know what? They vamped it up. You can still wear the chain now if you want, even in this picture. You're taking pictures. You're mean mugging, doing the Randy Arozarena pose, which is not a home run one. If it was, it would have been on here. But he does it for a lot. I think this is really cool. It's not necessarily hype. It's not necessarily like, oh, here they go. They're taking a picture. Like that does sound a little dorky if I'm going to be honest. But I do think it's a really cool idea. And the idea of being able to almost catalog all the big moments in a season with a Polaroid camera and have these pictures to exist that like for the clubhouse. I think this is really cool. This is something that if the Padres have a historic year, you're probably going to look back on and be like, wow, this is even cooler. I like the idea. It's very creative. Very good for me. Next up, we have another awesome home run celebration. And maybe these are all just awesome. They're all awesome in their own way, which sounds really lame, but it's true. The Pirates, they have a pirate sword, walk the plank, they're swinging it around, Fruit Ninja. I really like this one. Does it go in Elite though? I like that it does have a tie-in with the team. Like some of these haven't really tied in that well, but the Pirates have a pirate sword. That's very cool. That ties in. Creativity-wise, great. Like, I mean, it was right in front of your face, but great. Maybe we throw an eye patch on or a parrot would be awesome too. I think that's what would take it to Elite. For right now, I think the sword is solid. I think it's solid. It doesn't go in very good for me. It's solid. It's hype. It's cool, but it could be improved upon. And I think that's why I'm going to put it in solid. Even though I like all of these. I don't like saying anything bad about any of these celebrations. It's making baseball fun. But if we're talking about the best of the best, I think it is in the same category as the cheesehead and the home run jacket. Just a good celebration. The Red Sox have had some good home run celebrations in the past. We had the home run cart where they'd put you in a shopping cart and run you down the dugout. This year they switched it up and they've gone with the dumbbells to give a shout out to Masataka Yoshida, who would do this out in Japan. Japan, who they've just been having a phenomenal year. I mean, do you lift? The Red Sox are definitely lifting, pumping some iron. And I love that Masataka was able to bring that over from Japan. They call the Macho Man, bringing it to the Red Sox, and everybody is loving it. Again, you get to merchandise this. Is it elite, though? Is it elite? The Masataka Yoshida dumbbells. Yeah, it's elite. It's elite. It's awesome. Just the fact that you're hitting home runs and then you pump some iron, even though they're obviously inflatable. That to me is hype. That's very cool. They've been embracing Masataka Yoshida. He's been an absolute stud. The Red Sox have also had elite vibes this year. At least offensively, they're absolutely mashing. Let's go ahead and throw that one in elite. Oh, man. These are so good. The Reds with the Viking, and you got the fur pelt on your back. The Reds are doing this one right. This one's going into elite as well. I love the Viking helmet. Maybe you Reds fans in the comment section could let me know like what the tie-in here is, because that part I just don't understand. But the look I love. It's a phenomenal idea. The Viking helmet, the fur coat, or the fur pelt, or the fur cape. I don't even know what it's called. I'm not big in Viking lore. Maybe I should watch the show Vikings. But this is really cool. This is a cool look a lot. This is a lot of fun. I think this one's elite. For the Kansas City Royals, not a lot of great things going on there. Not a lot of scoring runs. The offense hasn't really been that great this season, but this mask is cool. Now, I was looking it up, and nobody is saying that it is exactly an MF Doom mask. He was a very famous rapper, musician. He died recently, like during COVID, I believe, or right before it. So I don't know if this is a shout out to MF Doom, but it looks just like his mask. And maybe Paul, the editor, you can throw up a picture of his mask right next to my face here, nice and big for everybody. You can put comparison here, but the mask looks like an MF Doom mask, which is very cool. And they like got the shades underneath it too. It's a cool look. You're like at least a gladiator type vibe, which is kind of the opposite of what I think about with the Royals, but I think it's nice. This one to me goes in very good. It almost looks like this was custom made. Someone went out. This wasn't just a prop that they found at Party City. Someone had this mask somewhere, or at least got it made and was like, this is cool. It's a tough look. I like it. For the Oakland A's, the Hulk hands. I think they're trying to figure it out. It's tough for the city of Oakland right now. There's not a lot of things going right for you, especially the baseball team, because they're pretty horrible. It was better than what they were going with, which weirdly enough, I found both pictures of JJ Bleday in this. Originally, they put the catcher's mask on JJ Bleday. That one's lame. The Hulk hands are meh. If the Oakland A's were legitimately good and had like a ton of pop and were a scary offensive team, then I think the Hulk hands would be a lot better for them, because then you'd be like, oh, strong guys hitting the ball far. But the A's are bad. Their offense is probably maybe their best part of their game, but there's just not a lot going right in Oakland. Again, it's not bad. It's just, it's fine. It was easy. Nothing crazy there with the Hulk hands. The Detroit Tigers, I'm going back and forth with this one. I like that you're getting the hockey helmet. You're incorporating like a little bit of Detroit Red Wings there. You're taking a slap shot. It feels meh. It feels meh. I know the Red Wings are like a historic team, but I don't know. Like there's something lacking here. And again, maybe it's because the Tigers just don't have crazy power, or crazy power just yet. Maybe it's because I'm a little salty that the Tigers swept the Mets. I don't know. You guys can call me out in the comment section down below. But to me, the slap shot, hockey mask, hockey stick celebration is just meh. It's meh. It doesn't get me going. This one is awesome. Land of 10,000 rakes for the Minnesota Twins. They put on the fishing jacket or the fishing vest. They got the fishing rod. You start going fishing, you're reeling in your home run. You got the custom stuff on the back. Minnesota, the state, land of 10,000 lakes. This one's creative. This one is fun. It is topical to your team or to your city or to your state. Everything about this one is awesome. I really like the land of 10,000 rakes celebration by the Minnesota Twins. This one is probably up there for one of the best with the Homer hose. Down to the final celebration, at least so far this year. Maybe by the end of the year, every team will have one, which is shocking to me that they don't. Every team should have one. The White Sox put on a little bit of a mobster look here. A little bit of mafia. Chicago mafia goes hand in hand sometimes. The White Sox are just so bad, though. It's really hard to get hype about this one. I think this is meh. I think it's meh. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's bad. It's just kind of whatever to me. It's a jacket, it's a hat. I think there's a better way to give off the mafia vibe, maybe, if you're trying to do that. There's also just got to be something that's a little bit cooler. I don't know what it is. I'm not from Chicago. You're not going to be eating pizza in the dugout by any means, but it's lacking. I don't think any of these are bad. To be fair, the Marlins one's bad. I think that one's pretty lame. All these are fine. It's just, this is like a tier list of which one I like more and more and more and more. Elite, clearly these are my favorites. These are like every single time I see them, these are hype. I like these a lot. I think these are solid, just not at that same level. Solid is good. Cool, you're having fun. And meh is like you're trying. I respect that you're trying to do something fun. It's just not your best idea just yet. And of course, the Marlins and lame, because I think that one is just, it's not great. I'd love to know what home run celebration you guys think is the best down in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts and opinions. If you do enjoy this video and you want to see more of these fun tier list rankings, not just players, but like sometimes celebrations, GMs, stadiums, owners, radio announcers, whatever it is, let me know in the comment section, as well as drop a like on the video so I know you enjoyed the content. Follow me on all my social media at GiraffeNeckMarc. Links are in description. That's where I'll wrap it up, guys. You know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.